Back to the CNT podcast. The prodigal son has returned. Tommy T, how are we doing?
It feels good to be back where I belong. Justin ran, he ran a pretty good ship over the past couple of weeks, but it didn't have the same
I really didn't.
pop.
I missed a lot of content posting.
It just didn't have the same pop, and
The
I was like, all right.
the first episode you were gone, it didn't get out until like an hour late. The second week, I got it out on time.
Yep.
A lot of
So proud of you.
content was posted either late or not at all. Like, I really didn't run a very good ship.
You gave your best go of it, and you saw, oh shoot, I need this guy back.
It's
good to know that it's important.
A lousy time. I struggled. I won't lie. The
But,
episodes were fun. Ava and Dylan did a great job. Hopefully, we can have them on more episodes. Wanted to get them on this one, but scheduling didn't really work out.
Yep, that's the problem with 4 different time zones.
So fun.
Oh boy, what a joy it is, truly. And with most of us being back in school.
I think it's just you and Dylan.
And Ava's back in school as well.
She's back in school?
Yeah.
She was at the Rockies game last night.
Yeah, I saw that. I'm disappointed, but
Tommy punching air. He couldn't be the one to get the Chuck Nasty auto. We all know it's true.
It's sad. It is what it is, though. We make do. We'll find some. There's
plenty of good cars. What it is.
Plenty of good car stores around here. So I don't know. I saw, what is it?
Tell a few stories about your trip. You went on a stadium trip. Talk about it.
I don't know. It's funny. Probably the coolest story of my entire trip was before I even went on the trip itself. I saw Peyton Manning in the card store.
Yeah, that was crazy.
That was just wild.
You just sent me the picture out of nowhere. I hadn't heard from you in a day because I wasn't really bothering you on your trip. And then out of nowhere, Peyton Manning.
Yeah, he's just filming his show. And my grandpa's like, look over there. And I'm like, what? And then Peyton Manning just standing there.
Crazy.
Unfortunately, didn't get to say hi or anything. It was very much business. It was, which I completely understand. The guy's a lot more, he's a quite important individual, but
Mm-hmm. You should have gotten the CNT exclusive.
That would have been cool.
If you could have gotten him to agree to come on the podcast, we would become a baseball, football, basketball podcast in a heartbeat.
Yeah, I agree. But no, that would have been awesome.
So which 3 stadiums you go to? I know them, but I'm letting the viewers hear them from you.
So I was at Cincinnati, Cleveland, and Pittsburgh.
Rank them on the spot. Rank them.
All right. Fans, Cleveland. Visually, Pittsburgh. In terms of like video board and like presentation, I would give it to Cincinnati, and then food as well to Cincinnati.
Okay, now rank them 1 through 3, all in total. Like Pittsburgh 1, Cleveland 2, Cincinnati 3, like that.
Yeah, it would be that. Pittsburgh 1, Cleveland 2, Cincinnati 3.
Wait, isn't that what I said?
I don't know. I think you might have had 2 or 3.
If I just guessed your rankings,
that would have been fun.
I deserve a pat on the back.
I'm not going 1,200 miles just to pat you on the back.
Oh, come on.
But no, you guys need to go to a game in Pittsburgh. It is so pretty.
I want to.
Brian Reynolds, I think, hit one into the river.
Oh, that's.
And he hit the 3,000th home run in PNC Park history.
And you were there?
I was there, yeah.
History.
He had a 2 home run game. It was really fun. And then the Cubs won at the Cincinnati game, so Justin's happy.
Cubs on top.
The single biggest robbery I've ever seen in a game in Cleveland. It was terrible. Still mad about it. I don't care for either team that much. It's 2 AL Central teams. It was the Guardians and it was the Tigers. I don't care that much, but still.
Did you say hi to Stephen Kwan?
No, he went 4 for 4 though. He was good.
He's good. So you got to see Stephen Kwan. And now Trevor's seeing Stephen Kwan tonight in Seattle. I'm the only one who doesn't get to meet Stephen Kwan.
Poor Justin.
It's very upsetting. Anyways, maybe you should actually show card of the week.
Yeah. So
I was about to say let's get into the episode. We haven't even done card of the week yet.
yeah, finally got into got to a local card store, opened up a box of Heritage 2020, and not so much, but Walker Bueller relic, something simple. I don't know. I'm waiting on a card to come in. Hasn't come in yet. Mail's been all weird since I moved, but we'll get
What
there.
card?
Nolan Arenado Bowman rookie that I dealt for. Looking forward to when that comes in. I don't know when that's gonna show up, but we'll see. I'll message the guy later today.
Yeah.
But yeah, Justin, you want to lead us off with our first?
This week we are talking about the best September call-ups. For the most part, I did for teams who are contending for a playoff spot, because to me, September call-ups are to get young guys to give a boost for the playoffs. I believe Tommy didn't follow the same criteria as me, but I'm doing AL, he's doing NL. And so I'm gonna start it off.
Be really awkward if we weren't. Be really funny.
What would be awkward if I wasn't gonna start it off?
No, if it was like if we mixed up like AL and NL, it'd be really
that
annoying.
would be
That'd be
annoying.
terrible. All right.
I'm not going in any order because I did not make them in order. Number one, not like number one, but in the top 8 in the AL, I have the outfielder in the Cleveland Guardian system, who is batting .301 with a .926 OPS, 5 home runs, and 31 RBIs. So he's having a pretty good year in AAA. And Cleveland, if anything, could use a little bit of DH/outfield help and depth. So he probably wouldn't start every day, but he would just be that depth and that little power bat to maybe just push them over the edge. Do you know who I'm talking about?
I can picture his face, but I don't have the name. I don't have the name.
Nolan Jones, who I quite like as a prospect. I think could really help the Cleveland Guardians make a push.
You think so?
I do. And I think the Guardians should be making a push to make the playoffs.
Well, they're number 1 in the Central right now, so I mean.
Yeah, but they weren't number 1 like last time I recorded with Jen. Like, it's been changing a lot.
Yeah.
They might not make it. They might not win the division. They might make a wild card spot. Like, I want to see them in the playoffs.
Yeah, they're currently the by the way, the Red Sox do in fact suck. They are 4 games up on the Twins and White Sox.
I mean, realistically,
they quietly made a comeback.
Realistically, the Guardians will hold that, but if you add Nolan Jones, it would definitely help.
I don't know. I was really hoping we were gonna get some parity when the Twins were on a hot streak, and I was like, oh my god, I just called it. The Twins did as well as could be expected because they didn't, go get Trevor Story and pitching. So, I was like, they can only do, so well.
I mean, they got Correa and then got a little pitching help, but not like they got Joe Ryan up, who just played out of his mind.
Yeah. So, but, considering the fact that, they've done quite well, I'll consider it a partial success.
Yeah, you deserve the partial success. I'll be honest, when I was doing my research, there's a lot of NL guys who I wanted to put down, but knew that I couldn't. So I'm really hoping to hear a few of those names from you.
Yeah, so I mean, I got blessed with the NL because a lot of the top guys higher up.
NL prospects, AL prospects, AL teams, NL teams. I said what I said. The AL's deeper. The best team in the league.
In the
NL.
The last 3 World Series winners were all NL teams.
Okay, but my point is, anything can happen in the playoffs. My point is, the AL is deeper. The AL is deeper. That's my point. I'm not saying like the NL's better. Like the AL is more competitive than the NL.
Yeah, probably. I mean, you got Mets, Braves, Cardinals, and Dodgers.
Going far.
I don't know. I like the Cardinals.
I think any of the AL wildcard teams could make a run at a World Series. like a lot of things have to do, right? Like the Mariners are probably the least likely out of them this year. They'd have to have like a 2021 Braves type of offseason. Like everything needs to go right. But I could see it maybe happening.
Yeah, I agree though that it would take a
It would
lot.
take a lot. But
By the way,
realistically, I
for all
see it.
those curious, the top teams, or like the wild card teams currently in the AL are the Rays, Jays, and Mariners. With Baltimore being 2.5 back of the third place Mariners. In the NL, the Braves are running away with the spot. The only reason they're not a I mean, this is why we need record-based seating, not division-based seating. But that's just me. And that's an argument for another time. And then the Phillies and Padres.
So who's your number one prospect? We've gotten so sidetracked so much this episode, and it hasn't even been 20 minutes yet.
So first off, Francisco Alvarez.
Yeah.
I mean, the New York Mets are currently fielding their catcher right now is James McCann or Tomas Nido. Thomas Nido.
They're not good.
I love James McCann.
He's
been a fan favorite for a long time. At least it's felt like. I don't know how long he's been in the league. But I think we need to be introducing some new talent and bring in some new people along. So Francisco Alvarez, welcome to the show. To bring another, I mean, you worry about having an unproven talent this late into a team that's like looking to contend currently. That is a slight concern. But at the end of the day, Francisco Alvarez looks like a guy. So bring him up.
Did you say he looks like the guy or he looks like a guy?
He looks like a guy. It means a compliment. It's supposed to be a compliment. Like it looks like he looks like he's going to be a guy. Like
okay, but like you gotta admit, like he looks like a guy. It sounds weird. Like I would say he looks like the guy.
I'm only going to give it if I give it, if I think they're, a perfect or darn near perfect prospect. And the only two,
I think he's one of
the only two in
perfect
recent
catching prospects we've seen. Him and Adley, I think, are two of the best catching prospects we've ever seen.
There are only two prospects in the past probably 3 years that I would give a perfect to.
Who?
Adley and Julio. And it's being completely serious, probably. I would have to go back and look, but I mean.
And if anyone's saying Mike Trout, because if any casuals say,
I said past 3 years. I said past 3 years, so it doesn't even matter for me.
If you're talking about like past 10 years, are you saying, oh, Mike Trout was a great prospect? That's not true at all. All of his scouting reports before his draft was like, if he hits more than 20 home runs in the MLB, you'll be lucky. He was not supposed to be this good. He was not a good prospect. He came out of nowhere.
I think the biggest argument would probably be, so you have Vlad Jr. I don't know. Vlad Jr. and Fernando Tatis weren't great prospects, if we're being honest with ourselves. They blew up they blew up in the majors. They were not the greatest prospects in the world.
Vlad, there was some hype around him. Tatis, I 100% agree. I'm not saying I disagree on the Vlad part.
Tatis was traded for James Shields.
Yes.
So let's.
No one's arguing the Tatis part, but Vlad had some hype to him. I believe he was a top prospect at one point. So.
The most Vlad hit in the minor. Vlad hit 331 in the minor, 333 in the minors of last year. I mean, he was electric, but
So he had some hype around him.
Yeah, no, certainly, but Tatis is Tatis.
Tatis and Trout.
We'll talk. Are we gonna ever talk about that? I mean, because there's really not an episode for that. Are we ever gonna talk about that, or are we just gonna leave
Tatis's drugs?
Yeah, we're gonna talk about that.
You want to talk about it now? Take a little intermission for prospects.
Let's wait a little bit and we'll get back to that because we've only gotten 2 prospects done. We have 14 left.
Oh, but when are we gonna bring Tatis up again? I feel like it fits now.
We'll just have to remember because we're not doing an intermission 1/8 of the way through.
Okay, number 2 is one of my favorite pitching prospects who does not get a lot of hype. For the Tampa Bay Rays, Taj Bradley. So the Rays, the whole lineup is pretty good. Like this, they've had a lot of injuries, not some inconsistencies, and Shane Bass has been hurt a lot. And Taj Bradley could be a great man to slot into that rotation to really just give it a boost. He has a 2.65 ERA, 111 strikeouts, and a 1.10 WHIP in AAA this year. So he's performing well. I believe he's on MLB's ratings. He's 26.
Taj Bradley is currently 21 on the Rangers.
21. I want to say I think I left him off it because I thought he was going to get called up really soon off of ours. We did a top 50, so like some people have to be cut. He probably deserves to be on it, but I expect him to get called up and not be sent back down. So I just left him off. If he were to be on it, he'd probably be around 21. And he probably deserves to be on it, but I wanted to shine some light on some of the other players who don't get talked about as much as him.
Yeah. Alrighty. My next guy.
CNT top 50 coming soon. The list is actually done. The list is done. I just have to finish editing it in the website. Hoping I can just pound it out maybe tonight or tomorrow. Like I'm hoping I can drop the top 50 the same time we drop best September call-ups on the Monday.
Be nice,
I'm hoping. No guarantees because I'm coaching in a basketball tournament this weekend.
Good fun.
Yeah. It's over 18, so I have to be the coach. I don't get to play. No player coach for me.
How'd you hop into that role?
Because I know ball. I'm very knowledgeable in sports, and I'd be a better coach in baseball than a player. I'd be a better coach in football than a player. And in basketball, it's 50-50.
Yeah, right. You're short as all get out.
Okay, I might be short, but I can shoot and pass. Okay, fine. I'd be a better coach in basketball than a player. There, you happy? You diminished my spirits.
My next guy is Ezekiel Tovar of
the
shortstop prospect for the Colorado Rockies.
I wonder why he picked him.
Shout out to Jose Iglesias, by the way. You were fun. We appreciate all all you've contributed over the past 6 months or so. But Ezekiel Tovar, this year he's hitting .318 in AA with a .931 OPS, 13 home runs, 17 stolen bases, 64 strikeouts. I mean, guy's legit, right? He's ranked 28 currently on MLB's top 100. He's the future at shortstop. He's gonna be traded or released in the next 5 years, but until that happens, he's the guy. He's the Rockies guy.
I'm not a huge fan of his.
That hurts.
He was also left off CNT's top 50.
That hurts my feelings. That's wrong.
Hey, Zach Veen and Drew Romo are both top 30. So
I don't know. I like him more than Romo, but that's just me.
How dare you?
He's putting up similar numbers to Drew Romo at a higher level.
How dare you? Drew Romo is that guy. I did see him play tonight.
Nice. You went to the game?
Yeah. I'm looking forward to it.
Really fun.
Man, I love Drew Romo.
Drew Romo has worse stats in
Stop it
in high A than Ezekiel Tovar does in AA.
Yeah, but Ezekiel Tovar's ceiling is much lower than Drew Romo's ceiling.
I disagree, but that's just me. He's steadily gone up since 2019 in terms of batting average. 253, 287, 318, and as well as an OPS. And he's
yeah, well,
shortstop of the future.
Well, Drew Romo steals 20 bases a year as a catcher, so Drew Romo better unless he steals 50 bases.
Drew Romo so Drew Romo has 23 stolen bases and 17 stolen bases. That's quite impressive, right?
It is.
Good for him. It has a 747 OPS, which is worse Yeah, so he's at 747 OPS,
which is league average.
in high A.
Okay, Drew Romo.
I also love Elias Diaz, so
He's
I want to know his job for as long as possible.
Drew Romo is not having the greatest year. I'll be the first to admit it, but his ceiling is still so high. This is, I believe, his worst OPS of his career. I believe last year his OPS was in the 800s. He steals 20 bases a year and hits for a solid 250, 260 when he's at his peak.
His
That is
OPS was
really good.
784.
784.
He's hit 11 home runs in
He's not a power guy.
167 games. He has 103 ribbies in 167 games. He has 119 Ks to 53 walks. I don't know. I want him to succeed because I want the Rockies to be as good as possible, but he's just not looking like it yet. He needs more time. He needs like a lot more time.
I agree. He needs more time. Like, this is what I'm saying. His ceiling is so high, but his floor is a little low. He's a gamble prospect. You know what I love? I love a gamble prospect who steals bases. That's my type of prospect. That's my type of prospect. Simple as that. I'm laying down the law. Next up, I have Gunnar Henderson, shortstop, Baltimore Orioles. He's batting .292 with a .946 OPS, 19 home runs, and 75 RBIs. It is time for Gunnar to be in the majors to help the Baltimore Orioles make the playoffs. It's time. It's Gunnar time. Gunnar time.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know who the Orioles are currently employing at second and third. So I mean, or shortstop and third.
Odor's playing one of them.
Odor. Okay, so you have Ramon.
You tell me you'd rather have
Urias.
Odor starting than Gunnar Henderson.
So Rushan Odor is at second. So short and third are Jorge Mateo and Ramon Urias. That's not exactly convincing.
Put Gunnar at second. He's a shortstop, third baseman, but he's played second this year as well.
Will you get to his counterpart? By the way, will you get to his counterpart at some point in this episode?
I believe if we're thinking of the same guy, then yeah.
All right. Okay. So next for me, I promise we'll get to, some higher or some, lower ranked guys that still, deserve to, be called up. I mean, September call-ups is, like a lot of this is going to be the big name guys. So, deal with it,
That's what makes it so fun. Also, speaking of which, do you remember the Torsten Swim interview?
Indeed, yeah.
Do you remember the part about Stone Garrett?
Yeah.
He got called up and he's going off right now.
Wait, he's in the majors right now? Or where is he now? Where's he at right now? Let's go. That's exciting to hear.
Yeah, let me pull up his stats because it's Stone Garrett. We love Stone Garrett. He's like an honorary CNT interviewee, even though he didn't come.
He's the best player to never, he's the best player to
he's the closest we've had, but not have had.
24. He's been in the minors since 2014. Wow.
Yeah. He's 26. He's batting .400 right now with an RBI, 1 stolen base, and an OPS of 1,000 and 15 at-bats. Talk about an absolute legend.
Do you imagine if this, just transforms just a wildly successful career? It'd be awesome.
That'd be amazing. Count me in. Sign me up. Sign the check.
So this was a guy. I don't know. We might have seen him. I saw him last year. I don't know if you did or not. In Everett, but Corbin Carroll.
I did not, and I was so upset that I missed him.
I didn't get any autos or anything of his, but
did you see Jordan Lalo this year?
No.
Yeah. So you got Corbin Carroll, I got Lalo.
Mm-hmm. Corbin Carroll currently has an OPS of over 1,000. He has 24 home runs, 31 stolen bases, 314 average. I mean, the guy does it all. According to MLB, MLB.com and all that, like apparently power is his worst thing. The guy's has hit 23 home runs this year.
He
Or
needs to be in the
24 home
league.
runs.
He needs to be
And
called
on
up.
on a Diamondbacks team that is just sad. Coming from the experience of a Rockies fan who knows a sad team.
Sad.
Stephen A is known for calling Aaron Rodgers a bad man. We are fans of sad teams. So Corbin Carroll, get your time. Head up there. 4 years from now, him and Drew Jones. Maybe that'd be fun.
Mm-hmm. Think about a team that had Alec Thomas, Drew Jones, Corbin Carroll, and Jordan Lawler. Sign me up.
That's exciting.
Sign me up.
And
also, this stadium is so cool.
Yeah, and Ketel Marte as well. Might still be in town.
Maybe. We've thought he was going
old.
to get traded for years now, and he's still there.
I mean, respect
And you
to him.
got Seth Beal. And you got Seth Beal on that team.
He won't leave. Oh, sorry. I'm sorry.
I mean, when
I
in
don't know, maybe we're just,
Arizona.
yeah, maybe we're just, cruel people, just, used to pain. So
Yeah. So number 4 for me, Grayson Rodriguez. Is that who you were thinking of?
yeah.
Yeah. Right-handed pitcher for the Baltimore Orioles with the 2.09 ERA, I believe. I didn't write it. It's either 2.09 or 2.89. I have messy handwriting.
Who are you looking for?
80
You want to look for his
80
ERA?
Ks and 0.84 whip. Grayson Rodriguez is the truth. Little spoiler alert, he is CNT's number 1 prospect in our top 50. He is number 1.
209 ERA.
Book it.
168 average, 0.84 whip. Yeah.
Number 1.
80 Ks, by the way, in 11 games.
I've already said all of these stats. I'm the stat guy. I'm the one who writes the stats.
Okay, good for you. So
I put in so much work for these.
I'd like to make it known that I was the original stat guy. So
I've always. You're just trying to take my credit. I won't stand for. Also,
since day one, I've been the stats
bobblehead,
guy.
First George Toby bobblehead ever made and given away at a professional game.
Nice. Looking spiffy.
I own it. Yeah, I kind of changed it up because now the Toby bobbleheads there and the JP's ones there, and now the Travis Cleat seal because I put the signed football in the thing it was in. So that looks a little different now.
I'd like to point out the fact that the Rockies now have the number 9 ranked farm system. I'd just like to make that known. When you suck for this long, you start to, things start to look good in the farm system.
Think about how long you've sucked and think about how you're still not even top 7.
To be fair, we've only sucked for 3 years. 2019. Oh, I mean, 4 seasons, 3 years.
How's that 50 million and Nolan Arenado you gave away?
Oh, it's it's pretty good. It's pretty good.
Well, hey, Nolan Arenado is closing in on winning the CNT fan favorite third baseman.
I don't know. I think Devers was winning it last I saw.
Last time I checked, it was Nato.
Ooh, that'd be fun. I'll tell you though. I feel hope. I don't know how much hope Justin feels. I don't know how much hope he has,
Pete Alonso and Brendan Davis are looking good. Brendan Davis, he's been hot all year, but he would look really good last year. Pete Pro Armstrong.
You said Pete Alonso. Let the record
Use
show
your ears. Pete Pro Armstrong looks amazing right now. Morel looks like the truth. Suzuki's looking good. We have no pitching. Famil Reyes is that guy. Nick Madrigal's on a hot streak. Nico Hoerner's been a top 7 shortstop.
Isn't Nico Hoerner's contract coming up soon?
No, he said like 4 more years of control.
I feel like we talk about this every year, and or every episode, and we're like, Nico Hoerner's contract's coming up soon.
We've never talked about Nico Hoerner's contract before.
Nico Hoerner's going to go. Yeah, so he's a UFA in 2026 because 3 years of arbitration. So
He's top
Um,
5
In what?
as a shortstop. I think he might be top 5. I have to look into it, but now we can't include Tatis on those rankings for now. That moves him up.
Trey
I think he
Turner,
might. Trey Turner.
Lindor,
I think
Dansby
Nico
Swanson.
this year. I think Nico's having a better year than Lindor. Swanson, yeah.
I like to think about shortstops. I don't know. I don't know.
He's top 5.
Maybe, I don't know.
He's top 2 and he ain't 2.
Tim Anderson, Xander Bogaerts.
Tim Anderson is not better. Bogarts, no. Look at Nico's stats. In fact, I'll pull him up for you.
I can get it.
I
confident,
got
believe
it.
or not.
I'm the Nico fan. I get to talk about him. He's batting 291, 7 home runs, not really a power hitter.
So Nico Herner, right?
41 RBIs, 14 stolen bases, 24 walks, 47 strikeouts, batting 291. OPS of 747 with a 340 on base percentage, an OPS plus of 109.
You said no to Xander, by the way.
Not Xander Bogarts.
You don't think Xander Bogaerts is better than him?
Not this year. I'm talking about just this year.
Xander Bogaerts has the higher batting average, on base percentage, slugging percentage, OPS,
Yes, it's
total
Xander Bogarts.
bases,
Okay.
OPS plus.
He's having a crazy year and no one's talking about him.
That's
My
fast.
mistake.
I'm impressed how quickly you changed your tune. Thank you.
I apologize. Well, when someone's having that good of a year so quietly, it's hard to think about the shortstop you see play pretty much every day. He's having a great year. Like, I've been so laser focused on Nico. I've heard nothing about Xander all year. I assume he's just having a down year.
I don't know. I've been to multiple Red Sox games. He's the guy. He's still the guy. There is a reason that Trevor Story.
We went to one together.
There's a reason that Trevor Story isn't the shortstop.
Because Trevor Story's min.
That hurts.
More than when he left.
Another one is Correa, by the way. I would argue that Correa is better this year than Nico Herner.
Yeah, let's continue on this though.
So now that we've proven that Justin is wrong.
Okay, you've given me 4 names. He could still be at the number 5 slot, and he's definitely top
Trey
7.
Turner, Xander Bogaerts,
Swanson, Correa.
Swanson and Correa. All right, give me a minute.
I'm right on that part that you only named 4.
As of yet. I want to say Jazz, but he's injured.
He's the second baseman, so that would be silly.
To who? Who's the shortstop?
Not Jazz Chisholm.
Oh my goodness, he's a natural.
Okay. Jazz has been, and what Jazz is and has been the second baseman all year.
He's a natural. Okay, whatever.
He plays second base. That's not my problem.
Well, it's my problem.
Well, yeah. You can't produce a 5th player better than Nico at the position of shortstop.
Give me a second. I'm doing research. I'm getting my numbers right so I don't, say something outlandish.
You usually do.
Yeah, probably. Yeah, usually. Willie Adames is another one.
No.
He has a higher OPS. He has a higher slugging percentage.
Again, Nico's not a power hitter.
You're
using power stats. Or power
has a higher WPA. Adames's WAR is 2.9. I don't know what Herner's is.
Give me a minute.
Herner's is 4.2. I don't know. There's an argument there.
Nah, I give it to Nico. Nico sweeps. Plus, Nico would have had the higher batting average because he would have said that, a higher OPS plus, which you would have said, and he's the better fielder.
They're tied in OPS plus.
Oh, 109?
Yeah.
Oh.
You should use the compare tool. It's actually it's a lot easier to compare.
I usually do, but I'm not really on my phone because it's small. So, Tommy, let's say he's at least top 7, maybe top 5, and continue with the episode. This would be a great episode for a great shot for the top 15 at each position leading into the season.
We're doing. Oh my god! Please tell me we're not doing that again.
We are not doing that.
That was
again.
a pain.
That was so much fun.
That was pain.
If we're not doing that, we're not doing the 3-hour predictions episode. We're toning it down then.
But that was fun because it was one episode.
3 hours. If
It was not 3 hours.
If you're taking away my fun episode, I want to take away your fun episode.
It was not 3 hours.
It was 3 hours.
Let's see. How long was it? I don't even remember how long
It might have been
was.
2. It might have been 2.5.
It was 2 hours. That's it. It was not 3 hours. It was 2 hours. My goodness. All right. My next player is.
Well,
Robert
think about all the
Sullivan.
effort going into it to prep and all the editing.
So, yeah, there was a lot more effort put into the top 15, like a lot more. Robert Hassel has, his name is finally back in the news again because he was part of the Juan Soto deal, and now he's the member of the prestigious now Washington Nationals farm system. So yeah, go team. Robert Hassel is. I
have a funny story about a Nationals prospect.
Is it Luis Garcia?
No.
Not surprising.
Okay. Oh, you talk and then I'll tell. Okay, you've twisted my arm enough. I'll tell it later. I'll tell it. My arm was twisted into it. I'll do it.
Can't tell what is he okay? Like, is he? I didn't get a chance to fully watch the episodes. I've been busy. So has he is he okay? I don't know. I mean, I'm kind of worried about him.
Frozen. I missed the whole last 2 minutes. You were frozen from me.
It was not 2 minutes. It was all of 20 seconds. But I'm worried about. I told the
You
fans
are.
I was
You
worried
twisted
about
my
you.
arm into telling the story, so now I'll tell the story.
This is the reason why I have the mute button is because Justin does these kinds of things. So my apologies to y'all watching. I'm glad
The fans
to be back
like
in the
my
driver's seat
rambling.
I'm glad to be back in the driver's seat to protect y'all from what's going on here. But Robert Hassel, finally got his name back where it belongs. He's a top 25 prospect, according to MLB.com. I can't reference ours because somebody hasn't finished it out yet. So
that's bogus.
yeah.
I sent you a picture of the entire list to proofread and make any changes
you
you
published
wanted
it yet.
to.
I don't know. I'm not gonna reference it until it's published. I'm not gonna reference it until it's published. So once you publish it, I'll reference it. It's just how it'll be. But yeah,
okay,
he's having a slightly down year from 2021 to 2022, but I imagine that's just a shift from all that's going on. I mean, moving across the country, I can attest to it. It's not easy, and moving from being like, oh, the sunny beaches of San Diego, we are chilling, my friends, we have it made, to Washington D.C., which if you're a tourist, it's a great place to go. If not the best place to be. He's currently
he wasn't
in
living in
Pennsylvania.
San Diego. He's not in the MLB. He would been in the minors.
I don't know, where was he? Let's see.
I don't know where he'd been, but I don't think it would have been San Diego.
He was in Fort Wayne. He was in Wilmington. Wilmington what? What's the Wilmington? What did that say? Blue Rocks. There's a baseball team called the Wilmington Blue Rocks. That's sad.
I believe it.
Oh, that's in the Washington National system. So yeah, the last team he played for in the Padres system was the Fort Wayne Tin Caps. For those of you wondering, that's in. Okay, so yeah, poor guy didn't. Okay, he was thinking, oh my goodness, 2 years from now I'm gonna be in San Diego. Now you get Harrisburg's beautiful, by the way. It's gorgeous out in that area, but it's not the promise of San Diego.
Mm-hmm. My story about the prospect was another former Padre. So I was at the. Tommy, put the headphones on. It's a good story. It's about Trevor.
So Justin's gonna do his story.
No,
Just
Tommy.
let me know when you're done.
Tommy, put the head. It's a funny story about Trevor. You're gonna feel so sad and laugh at the same time. So, me and Trevor went to the Nationals Mariners games this past week, and CJ Abrams threw up a ball straight to Trevor. Like it was intended for Trevor. So it's going. This is his love. He gets shoved by an older man. So he's going for the ball. It hits the ground. He's going for it. The older man reaches around his face, grabs it, and gives it to his dweeb son. And so he got pushed out of a ball.
Yes.
It was really sad.
Can I talk about catching a baseball really quick before we keep going,
Yeah,
because
of
we're
course.
kind of
More off track this. I'm all here for it this episode.
Zach Campbell has officially fallen out of favor with me. I've tried to be an ardent supporter of him. I'm like, okay, whatever. He was then complaining because one of the practices that he does. Well, for those of you who don't know, he's a guy that goes around to different stadiums. I assume most of you who watch us know who Zach Campbell is. I'm going to assume, but for those who don't, I'm going to explain it to you. So he's a guy that goes around to different stadiums, catching baseballs, foul balls, toss ups, home runs. You get he'll interact with players, whatever, right? So he got in trouble with the Rockies, with a member of Rockies personnel for being in a section that wasn't his assigned seat. Justin knows this. My biggest thing that I won't do is sit in another seat where I don't belong. Justin's been like, the seat's empty. It's the seventh inning. No one's come. Like, obviously, they're not going to be there. I don't care whether he's catching a home run. It doesn't matter.
Rows up.
It doesn't matter.
Like,
if you are not where you pay
be the
to
same
be
price.
where you are, you pay to be where you are.
I would never go from like the rafters to diamond level. It's a couple rows up where the price would have been the same.
There's also
what I do, and I would never harass an usher.
The way he was just completely rude to the usher too. The usher's just trying to do their job and say, "Hey, you can't be where you are." He was running in front of in the disabled section. Like, there's just so many things that he's also chasing an OCD thing. He has over 11,000 baseballs. There's no point. I get that you're giving the balls away to kids. It doesn't matter. Just let the kids get them in the first place. You don't say, "Look at me, I got 12 more baseballs." Just calm down, shut up, be done, and enjoy baseball.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, I thought he was cool a few years ago. Like when I first started just really got into baseball, I thought it was cool. I started doing not as obsessively, but I bring my glove games. I find it a lot easier at minor league games. Major league games, I really struggle. I just prefer to go for autos. Like Trevor got pushed out of the way of a ball at the Nationals game. Nelson Cruz signed my jersey. That's almost get a ball, get an auto. Or almost I prefer to go get the auto. But he's just been he pushes kids around, he hurdles things, he's taking it too far to the point
for a guy who's caught 11,000 baseballs,
it's more I think he's up to 15,000.
But you get the point. It's and the thing that got me is earlier in the year he was at a Giants game and asked for somebody was signing and he asked for another guy to sign a ball for him to go get another guy. You don't do that.
Wait, so do you know who was signing, who he asked to go sign it for?
No, I don't. It was Evan Longoria. I think it was Evan Longoria, and he was asking Evan Longoria to go get somebody else.
That is horrible thing to do. He also said MLB should designate, every team should designate 5 guys to sign every game. I've talked about this
puppets.
before.
They're not puppets. They're not.
That is disgusting to even say.
They're human beings.
They are not animals for amusement.
It is just, I mean, I used to like him, but he's a guy just for kids, to vicariously live their dream through. So
yeah.
Who's your next player, Justin?
Matt Wallner, outfielder for the Twins, another team who's looking in on the playoffs, who kind of need outfield DH help. Matt Wallner, he's batting .268 with a .920 OPS, 24 home runs, and 77 RBIs. I just think he could really boost that offense to the next level to get into the playoffs.
Yeah.
Keep it short and sweet.
So my next guy is actually a little bit lower on the prospect list, but Sal Frelick, outfielder for the Milwaukee Brewers. He's hitting 331 with 876 OPS. Obviously, Justin doesn't like him because he's
you got that right.
But for a team that just is notorious for not being able to hit, except against the Rockies pitching staff in the 2018 NLDS, but I digress. They just need whatever they can get, and having a guy who's been hitting over 300, maybe that's the next avenue, and if it is, there we go. Keep moving.
My next guy, Leon Sosa, infielder for the White Sox. He's had some time in the majors, but he's batting 317, 893 OPS, 19 home runs, 67 RBIs. I think he could be like a platoon guy, maybe filling for Elvis Andrus a few times, just like give them that infield depth they need with Tim Anderson being done for the year.
Is he done for the year?
Yeah, he's done for the year.
That's sad. Did I tell you
I'm not a big Tim Anderson fan.
I like Tim Anderson.
I don't.
Did I tell you the stat about the White Sox? They've injured every single bone in the human, every anatomical group. I don't know if you saw that.
Yeah.
Every anatomical group they've injured. It's hilarious.
The man has more torn groins than playoff appearances.
Yeah, more ruptured groins than playoff appearances.
Groins. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's gonna actually be tied if they make it this year. So they won't even beat it with any more playoff appearances. They'll only tie it.
Alrighty. I almost said as I was doing research, I was like, Drew Jones, wait a minute. He hasn't played a single game in the minors. I was like, wait a second.
He's not ready.
Wait a second. He can't even play until 2020, probably 2024, right?
Yeah.
But Diego Cartaya.
That is not the Dodgers prospect name I wanted to hear.
The guy's in high A currently. You can.
I don't think you can call someone from high A straight to the MLB when you have a Will Smith at his position already.
I think that Will Smith will. They'll trade off. I think they'll trade off.
Think they trade Will Smith next year or this offseason?
No, trade off DH. Sorry, I should have been more clear. Sorry.
Yeah, you should have. That confused me.
That was bad. That was really bad for a second. As an aside, you could trade Will Smith in the offseason.
Okay, see, you could, but why would you?
Because you have a guy waiting in the wings and you could get a good return for an all-star.
A guy in high A. It's too early to call him up.
I don't know. I don't think it is.
Call him up to double A, 100%. Triple A. Should see how he does. But straight to the MLB, you're moving a little fast for me.
Okay. Well, that's just my opinion.
That's also not the Dodgers prospect I wanted you to say. I have another White Sox.
The Dodgers prospect I don't like. Only their major. There's some other ones, but if you're thinking what I'm thinking, I don't like him. So.
Are you thinking of a starting pitcher?
I believe he's a starter. Yeah.
Is his last name Miller?
Yep. I don't like him.
How do you not like him?
I don't like what he showed. I don't know. I don't know what you want me to.
Now all I can think of is Bryce Miller, who's with the Mariners. I'm now blanking on his first name. Bobby Miller. I'm really high on Bobby Miller, and with Walker Buehler out for the next 2 years, I think it's time to give him the call.
Not yet. Give him. He needs time.
Okay.
He is currently.
You're the NL guy. You're the NL guy.
Yeah.
He would have been on my list.
I can break it down later.
Next I have White Sox right-handed pitcher Davis Martin, who has a 4.46 ERA, 95 Ks, and a 1.31 WHIP. Not the best, but again, these extra roster spots, you have to go for the home run if you're the White Sox being down like 4 games. And you need to go for the home run. The combination of Sosa and him, I think could be just enough to give them a fighting chance to scrape into the playoffs.
What was the team again? Sorry.
White Sox, the second best Chicago
making
team.
The playoffs.
The second best Chicago team.
That part I disagree with. By the way, the Dodgers are 41-9 in their last 50 games. I don't know if you saw that stat. They're 41-59. That is, or 41-9 in their last 41-9 in their last 50 games. That is absurd.
Are we surprised?
Can I just point out the fact that there's still a chance that my 120 win prediction comes true? I think there is. I'm not sure.
It won't.
It'd be wild if it did, though.
The Yankees almost got it. They were on pace for it for a while, but then they've been atrocious as of late, which I called. The Yankees will never hold together and win a championship with the core they have.
If they only win 5 more, if they only win 5, if the Dodgers only lose 5 more games for the rest of the year, I'll be right. That'd be legendary. That'd be the pick of the century.
A small window. If it's true, I will buy a plane ticket to Colorado and I'll shake your hand personally.
I'll hold you to that.
They have to get exactly 120. If they get 121, I don't do it. It has to be 120
deal.
on the dot.
Deal.
Has to be on the dot.
I think we have what 2 bets going now. We have that, and we have the Sandy Alcantara.
Oh yeah, I cannot wait to get that apology on camera. I made a bet with Dylan. I don't really remember what it was, but it's like the same thing.
Alrighty. Who's your next? It's me next.
It's you.
First off, Bobby Miller has this year's a 4.47 ERA in double/triple A, 7-6. Opponents earning 233 off him, which isn't bad. But I don't know. All of his stats have just, worsened since last year. I mean, obviously that'll happen when when you're playing higher level teams, but he started out in high A last year. He played 14 games total in high A last year. And then and now he's in triple A. That's like they rushed him along too fast.
Yeah, I guess they did, but he's good. He has the talent to do that. He has the talent to do it, but they rushed him. I agree. He has talent. He's good.
I mean, I wanted to say, okay, here's okay. Who do I go with next? I got a couple of guys.
Go with the Cubs player.
I don't have a Cubs player.
You broke my heart.
Well, are you surprised though?
I'm broken.
There's no Cubs players that deserve to be called like. I mean, considering how
Crow Armstrong. He's not ready, but he's having such a great year. He's in high A right now.
Yeah, he's in high A.
He's having a great year, though. He's having a great year.
315, 916 OPS. This is peak PCA, by the way, just for those. But no, my guy. He is okay. The only hint I'll give you, Justin. I saw his organization play on my trip.
Okay.
He's a pitcher.
Is it a Reds pitcher, Nick Lodolo?
Nope.
That's my best guess. I'm gonna put together.
Quinn Priester.
Oh, I love Quinn Priester.
2 and 3, which raise your hand if you don't care about wins and losses. All right.
Double.
But yeah, 119 whip, 293 ERA. He's only given up 56 hits across 13 starts, 17 walks, 59 Ks. But yeah, I like him a lot. I'm sad I didn't get to see him pitch. Saw another guy. I don't remember Brubaker. I think his name was JT Brubaker.
Yeah. What about him?
He went 7 scoreless innings, giving up 2 hits against the Red Sox. He was electric that game.
Good for him. His rookie is in 2021 tops.
Really?
Yeah, you should get one. If I have one, I'll send it to you. If I have one, I'll send it to you.
What a guy. Yeah, just let me know if you find it.
That'd be kind of a cool thing to do. Like get a rookie card of every pitcher who goes 7 innings with 0 ERA that you see in person.
Yeah.
That'd be kind of a cool part. So like,
I have to go find a Philip Humber rookie. I went to his perfect game. I gotta find a Philip Humber rookie.
You, me, and Trevor, we go to all 30 stadiums in the summer, and every game, the MVP, like the best player of that game, we get a rookie card of.
That'd be fun.
Book it. booked.
It's
Tickets
expensive.
bought. Gas paid for. We got it. We're going. It's
Hey.
settled.
All right. What's your next player?
Number 8.
How many more do we have
Tristan.
left, by the way? Is this the last one?
This is my last one. Number 8.
All right.
Tristan Casas. First base DH for the Red Sox. Batting 277 with an 871 OPS, 10 home runs, and 36 RBIs. Not really much to say about him. He's been one of the top guys for a while now. It's time to bring him up. Bobby Dalbat's not doing great. I mean, this is really a last resort to try make playoffs, even though being 10 games back, they're pretty much out of it. But a last resort could be.
What? Why did I think Costas? Why did I think Tristan Costas was a Diamondback?
I don't know.
I really don't. I don't know.
That is awfully odd, if I say so myself.
I mean, they're both. They both have red. That's about it.
One's a sock and one's a back. So funny. Who's your last one? Don't get sick of me yet. We're not quite done.
Jordan Lawler.
Jordan Lawler. Again, I think it's too early, and he's also not playing that great this year. However, his bat flips are electric.
By the way, Justin, he's hitting 329 with a 973 OPS.
I swear when I was at the game, it said he had a 219 batting average.
I don't know what Mandela effect you're going through.
Well, he said he had a 219 batting average at the game.
And in Double-A specifically, he's hitting 333.
Did Lawler get called up to Double-A?
Yeah, the Amarillo Sod Poodles. Which, by the way,
he got called up?
Yeah, the Amarillo Sod Poodles. It's the single greatest minor league
So I got him right before he was called up, which means he won't be there for the last series in Everett when they end their year.
That is what that means. I'm so proud of you.
That is hurtful. That is hurtful.
But good for him. But yeah, I think now that he's in Double-A, it makes you can make the argument.
Still have it.
I love that card. That's one of my more favorite card designs of all of them.
The Bowman.
Mm-hmm.
That's funny you say that because you hate the 2022 tops, and the 2022 tops looks very similar to it.
I hated the 2022 tops because of how tiny the rookie card logo was.
They made it bigger in Series 2.
It looks better now, but Series 1 was atrocious.
It's so small. Brandon Marsh one. It's so small.
You can't even see it. It's bad. Oh my goodness.
It is. That was atrocious.
But
they
yeah.
made it bigger though.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's dinner time for me. So yeah, Justin, I'll lead us out since you let us in. So thank you guys so much for watching. Listen to the sign.
You have to make a funny joke. Make the joke.
All right. So if you gotta listen to sign, or let me break it down for you. Justin is gonna knock on your door at 3 a.m. It's just gonna be a light knock. And then it's just gonna get progressively louder and faster until you open the door. And then when that happens, he's gonna punch you in the face and then leave.
Okay, no, you can't say that. You can't say I'm gonna commit a crime.
He's gonna steal one flip flop of yours, and he's gonna leave.
Yeah, I'm gonna take your flip flop.
Just one of them, not both of them.
I'm gonna steal your flip flop.
So there's no sense of buying a replacement pair since you only have one flip flop. So I'm
gonna steal your flip flop.
So yeah, listen to the sign. Bad things are gonna happen.
Don't make me steal your flip flop.
Shouldn't have said flip flop. Justin's gonna keep saying this until we're done. Thank you guys so much for watching. As always, glad to be back. See you guys next week.
I'm gonna catch you on the flip flop hip hop.